There's this very interesting concept about how they used to train elephants for the circus. What they would do is they would take baby elephants that are born into captivity, shackle them with heavy chains, and then secure that chain and let the elephant walk around. Very quickly, the elephant would realize it had limitations. There are places it just couldn't go anymore because of the chain. And no matter how hard it pulled, no matter how strongly it fought, because it was young and because it was weak, it could not break the chains. Those elephants were learning their limitations. Now, you would think that as the elephants got bigger and stronger, that you would need a bigger and stronger chain to secure the elephant. But in fact, the opposite is true, because as the elephants got older and wiser, they began to fight the chains less. And all of a sudden, you could secure the elephant with something far more weak, because the elephant wouldn't fight, it wouldn't struggle. It remembered its failures of the past, and it was becoming conditioned and trained. I've heard it said that you can go to adult elephants that were born in captivity, and they don't even need chains to be restrained. All they need is a small cord tied around their leg, something to remind them of the chains that they used to wear. And although they're capable of breaking those chains, they won't fight because in their mind, they believe they can't. Interestingly, people are the exact same way. We allow ourselves to be conditioned by so many different things. Who we spend our time with, what we watch, what we listen to, what we let into our mind, and what we choose to remember, in such a way that we start living a life that we're conditioned to live instead of living the life that we were born to live. Think about it. Right now, if you had no fear of failure, how different would your life be? What would you have tried? What would you have excelled at? Who would you be around? Who would you no longer be around? What relationships would you no longer be in? See, when you really start thinking about living without fear, without remembering the past, without remembering your failures, incredible things happen. And yet, unfortunately, we live in a world in which people just settle for what they're given. They remember their failures, and instead of choosing the discomfort of trying it again, they'd rather avoid the pain and live with the low-grade fever of mediocrity. So I'm telling you, it's time to go for it. The world needs you. We live in a world filled with mediocrity, and here's what mediocrity does. Mediocrity hates when people excel, so they try to hold them down. And mediocrity looks for someone to look down on so they can feel better about themselves. And you see it every day, everywhere you go. People are counting on you. Certain people are living with generation after generation of mediocrity that's been passed down to them because everyone in their family's been conditioned. It's time for you to break that struggle. Let me tell you, it's not chains that are holding you back. It's something as simple as this. And you can choose whether you want to remain constrained or whether you want to break free.